done it this week. I think we've done it this week, Zuz. Episode 65, we've finally worked out the cameras.
Finally got the temperature right.
Temperature. Cameras, lighting from the sun. I mean, everything's right. Okay, what's our topic today? And we're a bit matchy today.
What we're going to talk about is paying for importance.
What is it?
Paying for importance.
Paying.
To feel important.
Yeah, paying. How?
Buying importance.
Yeah,
right?
buying importance. Yeah. So
importance.
basically, we're talking about desires and why we all crave desire, crave certain things, want certain things. When you look at it, because we're talking about when you have the capacity to purchase something or have something, whether it's even name, fame, or you can financially now afford something, somehow it loses its charge or it loses that attraction even. You know, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think if you need to buy something, look, it's good to desire stuff. It's okay to desire things, but if you're buying it for the wrong reasons, okay. For example, if you're buying it to feel a certain way, I think buying anything materialistic, especially or spending money, you shouldn't do it. You should understand that it's going to bring you only a short-term pleasure or short-term yes.
Pleasure. I wouldn't even call it happiness, bro.
No, because it's false, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, short-term pleasure. No, you don't know different. You go watch say a nice movie, gold class, whatnot. It's going to bring you a pleasure for say if it's a 2-hour movie, right? But I think if people are spending money to find their self-worth or their self-value or their happiness or
an emotion,
if they're trying to feel a certain way, I think that they're going to be chasing. It's like a dog chasing its tail. Yeah, just going to keep going in circles. You're never going to get there. That's what I think. Yeah.
Makes sense because I remember like.
It's alright. Ignore the phone, guys.
I remember like, you know, going camping recently, and because we were going camping, we just said, okay, take a little hand luggage and pack all your stuff in it, and that will be it for about 10 days, And it was so interesting because when I got there, obviously like 2 t-shirts each, a couple of pants, shorts, whatever, and because we only had those few things, we actually looked after them. So we took it off. We knew that we'd have to wash it straight away. We'd have to fold it, take care of it, clean it, hang it, dry it when the sun was out, and we operated, right? That happened, and also I realized how much I fucking didn't need. Like, genuinely, like need, right? Because if you really look at even clothing, not much, we don't need that much clothing. Like, clothing is there to keep us like warm, and it's also covering our body parts. That's its purpose, right? Think about brand names though, brother. Why people buy brand names? It's really not for those basic fundamental need, which is I am warm and secure and my private parts are like, you know, covered, right? So we pretty much buy a lot of our clothing because it gives us a feeling, or we feel a certain way out of status, man.
See, I think I wouldn't want people to get confused with buying, let's say, a Kenzo. I don't know why I said Kenzo. I'll never ever. I fucking don't know. No, I don't know what it is. It's a brand. It's a brand that costs a lot of money, which I would never buy in my life because I'm just not attracted to it. To that brand. But it's the reason why I said Kenzo is because I noticed a trend when I first saw Kenzo, and then, you know, people a lot younger than me buying Kenzo, and then fucking everyone was wearing Kenzo at one stage, right? So I looked up what Kenzo was. Mate, you could fill up a wardrobe of clothes nearly before you buy a jumper of Kenzo.
Oh wow.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my point though.
But I looked at it, and to me, it was not attractive. It had Kenzo or whatever all over it. To me, it wasn't attractive. Okay? But I think look, if you can afford to buy certain valuables that have value to you because of the way they look, not necessarily because of the brand and hey, look at me, I'm wearing this, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Because it's like, you know what I feel like? I'm like, I always feel like I've got certain things in, you know, my home and stuff. It's like, for me, it's like I'm creating beauty, right? Like it's like this space, I like this and I like the color, and it's sort of like, for me, it's creating that little bit of beauty. Does it need to be a certain brand? No, it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't have this also, would I not feel like complete? Or would I not feel like this is my home or this is my space? No, right? I think that's the thing though. It's like when you think about even purchasing a ticket for something, an event, right? Well, think about it this way. You go to a club and if you pay this much, you get VV, VIP, I don't know how it works, right?
Yeah, like body
it's like,
boots.
so think about it this way. It's like people want to always feel a little bit above.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is that little bit above? What is that truly? You know what it is? It's you paying to get attention. That's different. It's you getting attention.
In that environment, especially.
Yeah, it is. It is like, oh, you must be special because you're there in that booth. So you pay for recognition that you're elevated or you're on a pedestal, and people pay for that, bro. And that's coming from an outside source. You know, I understand, like, look, if you want to have a party and you don't want to like mix in the big crowd because you want to keep your group close, that's a different thing. But if you're paying for tickets or you're paying for an event or you're paying for a car or you're just to be seen, you got to watch that, because after fucking you buy something though, you could feel seen for about a week, even if it's a new car.
Which you will be, and you won't always be seen in a good way though.
Yeah, exactly. How are you seen? Exactly. But dude, after 6 months, when the newest car comes out, are you still seen?
Exactly. That's why I believe it's that, you know, that dog chasing its own tail, doing circles and circles and circles. So the foundation of why you're buying something is very important.
Yeah.
But I like how you mentioned at the start, you went camping and you packed very light. And usually when you go camping, you don't pack your most expensive clothing.
No.
Because you know that, you know, you're going to be doing things out of the
muddy and all that stuff.
A bit more rugged and whatnot. But in that moment, when you said you looked after all of those things, they were the most valuable clothes you had.
Exactly.
Not the ones that were, you know, cost $5,000.
You know why? It was true value. It's because I really needed
They were necessities.
They were necessities.
Exactly right. And I love that because I go camping a bit as well. And actually not long ago, I went, probably 2-3 weeks ago, I went with a friend of mine, I went camping and hunting.
That's another story.
But same thing. Mate, I wore the same jeans.
Yeah,
so we got there on a Saturday. I just took one pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Basically just took enough to just get through that night. And it was great, you know, we had our swag. We went with basics.
Yeah.
No luxuries or anything really.
Yeah. 100%.
And I was walking through, and at that moment, you didn't care what happened to the clothes you were wearing. It rained on us. We got muddy.
Yeah.
But we valued the moment. We valued what we had. The experience. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Paying for it to experience an experience is amazing, right?
100%.
And money is valuable, and money is used for that. Money is a great resource for that. I'm not saying anything against money, but I'm like, man, you know, especially with everything going around, right? And people are so freaked out about what's happening financially. And you know, like I was talking to a friend and she's like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. And I said, you know what's going to happen? The people that had a BM have to fucking drive a Toyota now, and that's what's scary for them. Because really, people are still going to be able to live, right? Yeah. But now...
You have to make adjustments.
In their comfort level, right? Not in their surviving level, but it's scarier for people to fucking give up levels of comfort, right? Maybe they can't buy that brand name, maybe they can't purchase that, and that's what's scary to a lot of people, right? But if you really look at it, go around your house, go around your cupboard, go anywhere, not much of your shit that you paid for was needed, right? And not much of it kept value after you used it a few times, but you still got it and you're still collecting. Yeah. So I feel like we are communicating to the universe through every time we put money towards something, man. We communicate that language. What am I invested in? If I'm constantly putting money towards feeling that, oh, look at me, oh, fuck it, the universe is like, here you go, more of that, keep paying. I'll keep giving you opportunities to keep paying to be seen, right?
Yep.
And there are people that hardly have any of that, but they, guess what, they're so content and they're so seen by themselves that they don't need that much money. So don't get confused that because you have money and you're paying to be seen that it's fucking a great way of living. A lot of people are very happy with a moderate life and they see themselves, and when they want to invest in something, it's a different investment compared to someone who goes, like example, right? Say someone goes off-roading in a four-wheel drive, and that four-wheel drive, for all the little bits and pieces of equipment, the racks and this and that, it's 200 grand, yeah? It's practical, it's fucking usable, and it suits the need, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got someone who wants to, like, oh, this latest car came out, not practical, not nothing, but wants to get it because it makes him look good, same amount of money. What are you really telling the universe, bro? You're saying, I'm going to keep chasing validation from outside.
Yeah,
keep giving me opportunities. Yeah.
Opportunities
keep
to do that.
sending me more opportunities where I need outside things, people, circumstance to keep being that way, so I can keep throwing my attention, my energy, my money towards it. Don't you reckon? It's not about the price. It's not about money. It's about what are you paying for. Be fucking conscious what you're in. That's how we speak. That's how we communicate to the universe. Where are you investing your money? Right? I invest a lot on healthy vitamins, and I really, really do, right? And that's a conscious choice because I want to put my children's health and my health first. So it's like, okay, it's a conscious choice.
That's a value you hold
for
up
me.
high over
exactly.
other things. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not about not spending, and it's not about not having desires and stuff, but think about how you're communicating to the universe where you're at. What more do you want? Do you know what I mean?
Because it does listen.
Yeah, it does.
And it does throw back at you what you put out there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So how would people, or what's the way, because really, maybe a lot of people aren't sure what really makes them happy, or validation and things like this, right? So maybe they're buying that car. How can people become more conscious of, is this really what I want?
Do you know? And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And you know what? Deep down, you know, man. Deep down, you know.
But do you think environment and surroundings and people you surround yourself with is going to affect that in a big way? Yeah.
It can influence you, but at the end of the day, it's your decision, right? But it always takes a person to actually be still, sit quietly, be alone, and say, why am I getting this? Am I getting this so everybody else thinks I'm cool?
That's almost meditating.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, you just got to sit
like
with
sitting
yourself.
there with yourself and meditate with yourself.
And then you have to seriously have the guts to go, yeah, maybe I am different. Maybe it's time to change and put my priorities on some other bucket.
Yeah.
And fucking maybe out of my circle, I can be the one that goes, nah, I don't want to do that anymore.
Filtering.
Yeah, and just deciding that one day, like, hey, that's not my priority anymore, you know, and I don't want to chase to be seen. I don't want to chase to be on a pedestal, because think about it this way, man. If I've noticed one thing in life, whenever you attain something, right, you don't want it. You genuinely lose the attraction to it.
That's what we spoke
right?
about.
You know, think about it. It's like someone wants a girlfriend, someone wants a boyfriend. It's because they feel like that's the only way they can feel loved and stuff. And you know what? People that have it, they go, oh, I can't wait to get single. It's ridiculous, because it's always you don't understand. It's always that whatever you think you don't have is what you want. Once you come to a space where you feel that love, where you feel connected, where I fucking feel seen in my own house by myself, like quietly in my quiet room, do I like hanging out? Yeah, I do, man. So guess what? I don't need to look for it outside of me. Right? So it loses charge over me. I don't even notice that stuff anymore. And I feel confident to now walk a different path to everybody else. I've always done that, especially with dressing and that. It's been me always. So it's like, and then I refined it with other things in life. Do I need to have a house that looks like this? Do I need to drive a car that looks like that? Do I have to fit the shoe because society said I should look like this. No, because I was already fulfilled within.
And on a personal level, it's something that you feel that you don't need.
No.
It's like we spoke about it in the gym the other day. You know, we've all had something once upon a time that we thought we want. Once we can afford it, and once we realise we can afford it, we're like, we actually don't think we want that anymore.
Exactly.
It hasn't got the same charge.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The same effect on us.
Yeah. So I do believe desire's good in that way because it sort of up levels you. It does sort of, because like, you know, it gives you something to aim at.
And we live in a world with technology and luxuries.
Like this shit's because of desire, bro.
100%.
I got this because I like this couch.
So enjoy it.
But at the same time, I always self-check. I'm like, okay, tomorrow if a circumstance came and I couldn't, would I still feel cool with it? Yeah, I fucking am.
Yeah. Yeah, be true to your foundations first.
Yeah.
Dig deep enough.
Yeah.
Know yourself enough before you
Yeah.
you think that all your happiness and your whole life is wrapped up in those things, right?
Exactly. 100%. So, yeah, it's like really start to, and it's a great way to start being self-aware and have this practice saying, hey, every time now people have the urge to buy, I would just quickly do a little, okay, where's this coming from? Where's this coming from?
You know what I love? Like when I've heard of people talk about anyone, like a certain person, right?
Yeah.
And they go, when he walks into the room, there's an aura about him, or there's a presence.
It's not the fucking
when that person, no, I mean, no, I don't mean about that type of stuff. Not something like a magpie will get attracted to them because they're shiny. No, I mean.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Someone
it's
that,
energy,
someone,
not their fucking
energy.
bling,
Yeah,
bling.
that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And I remember watching actually once, it was like The Voice or X Factor, and they talked about Seal. Seal was one of the judges. Remember Seal?
Yeah.
Now, to me, when the celebrity world and all that, when you see all that shit on TV, Seal seems very reserved.
Yeah.
Right?
Quiet,
and personal, quiet.
Not out
and
there.
they asked, and I think it was Delta saying, when he walks into the room, everyone goes quiet.
Yeah.
His presence is fun.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
That there just shows you, even though they're celebrities, they got money, but he's walking into a room full of money.
Yeah, 100%.
And still, his level of importance.
And you know what? A lot of the time, all that stuff and the rings and the cars, it's like I'm going to distract you so you look at the shiny shit so that you don't really have to see me.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a fucking huge person to stand there and go, I'm fucking naked, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have the shiny shit. You know, and I think that's the space.
That's something I would desire more
exactly.
in life, is to, you know, walk into a room not looking like the flashiest thing, but, you know, feeling important or having that importance.
Well, you know
without having to buy it.
Yeah, or need
just
it.
from
Or
energy.
even walking in, you're not looking for, hey, is that person recognizing me? Is that person...
No.
That's
I could
gross.
walk in a room with 20 people laughing at me and go,
that's
what's
okay.
that got to do with anything?
Yeah, what's it got to do with me?
Yeah, I know
or
who I am.
them not notice you. That's fucking cool
That's
too.
even better.
They should not have to notice you.
For me, that's even better.
Yeah, they should not have to notice you.
To me, I'm like, thank you.
What is this whole world now that I have to be noticed? Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, dude, wake up, look in the mirror, notice yourself.
Yep.
And it's because we don't do that. How many people look in the mirror and can look themselves in the eye? Not many, but guess what? They want everybody else in the world on their social media to fucking look at them. I'm like, no, man, you look at yourself. Because if you start practicing that, you don't care who's looking at you, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so these are definite like things that people can practice. It's not an overnight thing, and it's, you know, it's hard. But it can be done. It can be done.
100%.
Yeah. So, trying to wrap it up, brother?
Every time I say wrap it up, I think of a souvlaki or something. Yeah. So, guys, you know, same thing. If you have any questions, if you like or don't like what we talk about, let us know as well. But basically, you need to feel important, okay, within. Working on yourself. It doesn't cost money to feel important. You could be in a 5-star resort and you can be sitting in the slums of a country.
Think about it.
Yeah.
No baby and no kid walks around saying, I need to feel important, but fuck, how much attention do we give them? Because they fucking are the opposite. They're in their own world, in their own space. They're not craving that. They're not desiring to be looked at.
100%.
And so, because they're so pure in that, everybody has to notice, hey?
Yeah.
That's how it
So I
works.
think if you've been trying to find importance or happiness through materialistic objects and it's still not working out for you, try another way. Try some spirituality work, meditation, recognize the person in the mirror.
Just even without doing anything, no changing a habit, start just noticing.
Noticing, yeah.
Noticing. Yep, that's
Easy.
a massive first step. So thanks again for joining us. I hope you like this topic. It was something that sort of came up. We always have topics that sort of come up for us, and then we discuss it. So
And when do the topics come up? Usually in the gym.
At the
when
gym.
we're working out. When we're pumping iron, that's
we have
when
great topics.
we have just great conversations and go, you know what? That's something we'd like to talk about more.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Through that. All right, subscribe, please, guys. Share, comment, and tell your friends and post our videos. And yeah, help us to promote this channel and get our message across. And cheers.